What happens when your blessings become a burden? And how do you navigate the fine line between generosity and self-preservation? Benefit girl, heart spill, and we are spilling today. Today we are diving into one of the topics that are very common in Uganda, and I don't know how this is going, but it is very common in Uganda, in our families, concerning families, concerning friends. This is very common amongst them. Whenever there is a ladder to climb, when you get to a certain step, there is a way people begin to drain you and take out, they see you as, yes, you're a savior, but there is a way their demands begin to drain you all through and everything you're doing because of the ladder you've stepped onto. It is very common in families. It is very common more so in Ugandan families. So that is one of the stories that we are diving into today, and I want us to share it. And I will begin. I've been pretending to be broke so my family stops asking me for money. Okay, this is gonna sound terrible, but I'm legit at my breaking point with this situation. So I got a decent promotion last year. I'm a software engineer. Went from 260 M per year to 350 M per year. That is Ugandan shillings. And somehow my entire extended family found out. Now, every family gathering turns into a fundraising convention. A cousin needs 1M for car repairs, an aunt wants 700 for help with groceries. My uncle straight up asked me to co-sign a 54M personal loan because you're doing so well financially. The breaking point was when my mom mentioned my salary to her sister, and suddenly I'm getting texts from relatives I haven't talked to in years asking for small favors that are never actually small. So I have been living this weird double life where I drive my beat up 2005 Corolla to family events, wear my rattiest clothes, and constantly complain about student loans and rent. Meanwhile, I am actually maxing out my savings and having like over 100 M sitting in my account. Last week, my cousin asked why I can't help her with rent money, and I had to be like, man, I'm also eating chikomando every night while literally having alerts on my phone from ordering fatty foods and drinks. The guilt is eating me alive, though, like these people genuinely struggle sometimes, and here I am pretending to be poor just so I don't have to be the family ATM. But also, I worked myself off to get here, and I'm tired of feeling guilty for wanting to keep my own money. And I'm tired of feeling guilty for wanting to keep my own money. So we delve into such a story as this. As I said earlier, this is very common among Ugandan families where people of our families, most of the extended family, after you get somewhere in life and you're something and you step up into something. For example, this is a software engineer. Maybe you had the big sums of money and you were very scared. This is very possible for a software engineer. In some jobs, it's very possible actually. So when we get to certain points in life, our families begin to, I don't know, but they begin to take advantage of what we've become. People begin to drain you, people you've never heard of in family, people you've never people you've never even maybe met. You begin knowing relatives that you've never known of, people that you've never heard of, but they were also family members. And when they hear that you're somewhere, they always want to drain you and make you a source of their dependency, which is wrong. And then we have this thing also in Uganda whereby our parents, in the setting of our culture and maybe the setting of our culture and nation, we have parents that always when you make it in life, they have those people they want to show that we have made it in life. I believe it's out of trauma where our parents maybe went through something and certain individuals in families just didn't believe in them. Maybe they had their children at an early age, and now that they have made it, they want to show all the other individuals that you were wrong about us. We are making it. We are doing good. So our parents end up exposing all our financial life, all our achievements and success to the extended family. And when they do that, the extended family begins placing a lot of demands on what we are able to do or what we are able to provide. So this is what is literally happening in our society. And this is a true life story. It is happening indeed to someone. So this individual is promoted to a certain job and they are earning well, but the demands that are coming from family are too high. Now, it's actually very okay, and I understand if the very people, for example, the nuclear family, the father, mother, the children, maybe my siblings, maybe my parents, the mom and dad, maybe a few people that I know. It's okay, actually. It's very okay for you, and it's your responsibility if you make it in life to provide for those people. Because in our culture, we believe that when the moment a child is of age, when a child is of age, now like they were the responsibility of their parents, they were a responsibility of their parents. It's now vice versa. Our parents become our responsibilities when we are of age. In our culture, it doesn't matter if you've made it in life, if you have the money or you don't. It's decent that you take care of your parents. So with such an income, I would say it's very okay. If it was the mother requesting for the money, that's very okay, because I mean, when we are schooling, we take our parents through a lot of stuff. We ask for a lot of things. Sometimes we even lie to them. We are like, them, like you know what your parent is able to understand and what they are not able to, and you take advantage of that. I remember in the days when we were still schooling, students used to ask their parents for stuff, and you're wondering, does really this even exist? Mom, we have a chemistry tour, we have a physics something, and these things literally don't exist, but our parents strived, and indeed they gave the best they could. They used to pay even for stuff they don't know. So it is inevitable for us not to help them out. It is very important that when we make it in life, whether we make it or not, on the income that we are taking in, it's very important to part out something specifically for our parents. So that is understandable. But now this gets to a point whereby your mom maybe is confirming to certain people and declaring a certain statement, a silent cold war statement, and telling these people that, you know what, my daughter, my son has made it in life. So in this case, the mom tells all the other extended family that, you know what, we made it and my son is earning 350 per year. So when the extended family hears this, it becomes a problem that every single demand they want to put it on you, and the moment you're not able to meet their expectations from you, that also becomes a problem. That also becomes a problem, which is not right. And I want us to share ideas about this. I want us to share about ideas about this, because I personally believe it is good to be generous. The Bible tells us so. The Bible says that sometimes some people withhold beyond what is meet, and he who withholds loses, and he who scatters gathers. So I definitely believe I definitely believe in generosity. But my question is, when does helping hurt? When does it begin to hurt? This is one of the topics. This is one of the actually the lessons I'm deriving. When does helping hurt? Now, when does it hurt? Actually, I've said that helping is very good, and it is very, very, very important that we are generous people, more so to our parents, our siblings, our authority spiritually. It is very important that we are generous to those people. Biblically, that's true, and that's how it's supposed to be. But then it gets to a point whereby even the burdens of people I've never known in my life, people I've never talked to in my life, people I've never had do anything in my life, they begin to lay burdens also on me. That's the point whereby helping or your blessings become a burden. You begin to feel burdened that you are blessed. You begin to feel burdened that you have all this and they don't have it, you know. So when does it begin to hurt? It actually begins to hurt when people that I don't know how to say it such that we capture the intense meaning of it, but at a point whereby you know these people are not here to drain me or place demands on me because we have a relationship, but they are doing it because now that I've made it, now they are doing it. Because now I'm at a certain point of my life, now they are placing a demand on what I can do for them. Then helping begins to hurt because you begin to understand that most of the people around you are just fake people. They want you for what you can offer and not for who you are. They want you for what you can provide to them and not for who you are. So my take on this is you can literally be generous to our parents and the people that we are mandated indeed to be generous to. It's a must, it's a law that we are supposed to do. Then that's okay. Actually, that's not being generous. That's taking responsibilities of what we are supposed to literally do. But when it comes to these other individuals that we cross paths by, the people that we meet, the hearsayers, the extended family, the people far away, the people that our parents want to declare certain statements to, then it's about the generosity in your heart. You do what you're able to do, and what you're not able to do, it's not a problem. Nobody's going to sue you. Nobody's going to do anything to you. It's just going to be okay. You be generous where you're supposed to be generous. Where you're not able, it's not a problem. It's only a problem if your mom asks for something and you keep resisting to give them that money, that so-called money that they need. But if it's some other extended family members, then it's very okay. It's very okay. You're not on a cross because you're supposed to provide because you have the money. No, that's not it. You be generous where you're supposed to be generous, and that will be okay. And my second say would be financial planning is key. It is key that you plan your finances. It's not a matter of I'm earning a lot, so I'm spending a lot. No, you should plan your finances. There is a way you should handle them. You know what to do, when to do it, what you're able to do, what you're not able to do, depending on your financial discipline and what you're able to do. So there are some people in our lives, a certain kind of people that we can forego our financial disciplines for. For example, I can forego my financial discipline of spending a certain amount per day for God. For example, if God needs some money or gives me an instruction concerning a certain amount of money, I'm at liberty to even pull that money somewhere that is not financially disciplined for me to do it. That's okay for me because I mean this is God. That's how far I can take him. For my mom, I can go as far as I can go in case she needs anything. For my dad, I can go as far as I can go. For certain people, a certain group of people, a certain category of people in my life, I can forego my financial disciplines to have them have what they want, what they actually need from me, depending on the depending on the kind of relationship we hold together. And then there's also a certain kind of people that they will have financial problems and they'll be like, okay, but right now I'm not financially standing. Because I mean, that's how far our relationship can go, and that's how far I can go for them. But there is also a financial discipline, that because such kinds of stuff will not happen all the time. So there are certain kinds of stuff that are my daily routine. Unless otherwise one of these things happens, this is how I handle my financial life. This is how I spend my money. This is what I spend on. So I believe that even when I make it in life, because I believe that I'm going to make it, even when I make it to that top, this is how still I'm going to be spending. Because maybe my expenditure will expand a bit or will add on a bit, but it will not take away the discipline I have, that I have supposed to spend a certain amount of money in a given day, in a given week, in a certain way, unless otherwise. So if you plan your finances so right, even with all that money, then the extended family will not be a problem, because you know how to spend. If it is not in your conveniences to spend, then don't spend on it, because you're not on a cross that you're supposed to do it. If you don't do it, this and this is going to happen. I mean, this is your money. You're saying that you feel guilty. Maybe these people are struggling, really are struggling, but you're not helping them and you're withholding. No, probably because you have some other financial stuff you also have to do. You have, I mean, you have a life to live. You have a future for yourself that you're supposed to live in. So you're planning ahead of time. It's not a problem, as long as the people that you're mandated to take responsibility for are taken care of. That is your part. Then lastly, empathy is a two-way street. Empathy is a two-way street. You either work it a certain way and it works according to your heart, the way you wish it. And when you take that route of empathy, then you're going to be drained. You're going to be drained, because at the end of the day, you're helping a certain kind of people, and those people might not be able to return the same effort you put in for them. So it is wisdom to know who to empathize with and who to just be just I mean just be a good person, but not exceeding your limits in their lives. Because at a certain point, empathy will make you do a lot of stuff for people, and in return, people will not do the same sacrifices you're doing for them. They will not do the same sacrifices you're doing for them. So it is wisdom to know that it is a two-way street. You're either doing this thing because you're expecting nothing in return, or you're doing it to specific people you know that will be able to return those favors someday. So choose what suits you. Work in your budget, do everything that you're supposed to do and that is necessary and convenient for your budget, and be good at it. No one is going to sue you for your money. I mean, this is your money. This is your life to live. This is your life to plan. They plan theirs, and that's where they are. It's not your burden that they are doing that way. It's not a burden that you are blessed. You should not be sorry that you're blessed. You should not pretend to drive small cars such that they don't ask you for money. No, you spend your money because you work yourself off to have a good life, and you should live that good life. If you have the money, you enjoy the money. You do with whatever you want your money to do. Enjoy your money. Unless otherwise, you have no reason not to be happy with such an amount of money. If it was in my account and I was expecting it per year, oh God, I don't know where I would have been. But to the glory of God, I'm growing to that stage. I'm growing to that level, and I will hold it. And by the time I'll be there, I'll know what exactly to do. So, Benefit Girl here was spilling. Thank you for tuning in. We catch up. See you when you see me.